Wednesday, guys. And outside, 45 degrees. It's cold. You need a jacket, but not too bad.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, 6 a.m. on your Wednesday, January 31st.
Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good week so far. The weather has been nice, especially in the afternoons.
Let's keep the hits rolling. Mike Ostrade is here with our midweek forecast. Hey, Mike.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's going to be another fantastic day. Yesterday was beautiful to go take a little walk in the afternoon, and today's going to be the same situation. A couple of high clouds over there. We got some high clouds right now. Beautiful view of the skyline, though. Okay, question. What building is that right there?
I can't see what you're pointing at.
The yellow right there?
Is that Palacio del Norte? Palacio del Rio? I can't tell from this view.
I can't tell.
What do you say, RJ? I've never seen a
Palacio del Rio, maybe?
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Y'all want to get in this shot right here? Everybody's gathered around me right now. Anyway, we do have, like I said, some high clouds hanging around, and temperatures, we're right about where we should be this time, in the low 40s. Got some 30s in parts of the hill country. A little bit of a wind chill, though, so make sure you turn up your collar. Feels like 33 degrees right now there in Hondo, and like the past couple of days, you're going to gain 25, 30 degrees over the course of the afternoon. Mountain Cedars on the high side. It did go up from the previous day's reading, as did Mold. Mold is still low, however. Of course, the updated count is going to be coming out later on this morning. So temperatures will, maybe fluctuate another degree or two over the next couple of hours and then warm up quickly, already up to 64 at noon. That's where we were yesterday at noon, and then we'll top off at 72 later on this afternoon. So we start off just about normal and end up 5-6 degrees above normal. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow, although we're going to have more humidity coming on in here. Then we've got those rain chances to talk about on Friday night. Could be an active night. And then after that, looks like a good weekend. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority right now. What's going on, RJ?
Yeah, Mike, things looking pretty good if you are headed out right now. And the weather was, that was great. Went for a little jog yesterday through some of the Southtown area and felt really, really good. So definitely would advise that. State Highway 151 at West Military Drive, traffic moving pretty good there. 1604 there at Valley High, traffic, same situation. We've seen a lot of smooth sailing throughout the city of San Antonio. A couple of small things to let you know about here. Stalled vehicle being reported southbound 35 at Eisenhower Road. So TxDOT's kind of been back and forth on this one. I'm not noticing anything on our TransGuide cameras in this area, so we do see that traffic still moving along pretty well there on the northeast side. And speaking of northeast side, Loop 1604, Judson Road, we have a stalled vehicle being reported by our traffic maps. Again, not seeing any major delays at the moment. Speaking of delays, again, good traffic right now. We take a look here at our inbound traffic times, 40 minutes, Lavernia. That's probably the biggest delay that we're seeing right now, but traffic moving pretty well from Bernie, Bulverde, and New Braunfels. And let's check out the outbound times here. And again, just our normal kind of traffic delays that we see here. Lavernia, 26 minutes. And of course, Castroville on 90 there. It's going to take you 35 minutes to head from downtown San Antonio out there to the Castroville area. But again, traffic looking pretty good, guys. We like to keep it that way for our Wednesday morning. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. We are learning more about a local woman who was murdered this week and the man accused of killing her.
Both were found after San Antonio police got a call about a bizarre situation, a man pacing the streets covered in blood. Our Katrina Weber is live where it all happened on Vance Jackson near Wurzbach Road.
Now, Katrina, you first told us about this on Monday on GMSA at 9. What have you found out since then?
Well, new this morning, we've learned the identity of the woman who was killed. The medical examiner says that she was 51-year-old Sheila Jo Portillo Hanks. Now, she did live right in that ground floor apartment back there where she was found Monday morning. Police also have arrested 44-year-old Carlos Portillo, who we have in his latest mugshot. He's the man who officers found, as they told us, distraught and covered in blood from his waist up. Police believe that he killed his wife, Portillo Hanks, in their apartment Monday morning. The medical examiner's office says she was shot in the head. Police had the entire area roped off as a crime scene that day, and they told me at that time that they also had found a gun in the area which they believe may be the murder weapon. Now, this morning, I noticed right outside their door is a dog that's been lying there. A neighbor did say that the dog belonged to the couple. Now, when we were here Monday, there was an ACS officer here who had come out. I asked her if she was here for that dog. She told me no. She was here for another animal inside the apartment, but that dog is still out here, and it seems it was left behind. I did reach out to ACS again this morning. I had sent an email to see if they can come pick up the dog. As neighbors tell me, they've been trying to take care of it, feeding it, giving it a blanket and water, but the dog is simply left here alone outside the apartment where this murder happened. Reporting live on the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
The other big story we're following closely this morning, new questions about the relationship between Bexar County District Attorney's Office and an Austin firm called the Wren Collective.
KSAT 12 got a tip about that back in November, and now over 2 months later, we have received records of conversations between the two.
That's right. This has led us to ask lots of questions like, what does this group do and why are they working with the DA? Erica Hernandez is part of the team working to get those answers, and here's what we know so far.
We received more than 200 pages of text messages and emails between District Attorney Joe Gonzalez, his first assistant DA Christian Henriksen, and Jessica Brand, who is the founder of the Wren Collective, which is based out of Austin. A quick search online and you'll find that the Wren Collective is a strategic advising firm made up of former public defenders. Their mission is to reimagine the way our country approaches criminal justice.
So help me God.
Joe Gonzalez began talking to the collective in January 2019, days after he took office. Throughout the years, the messages ranged from discussions about policy and topics discussed in county meetings. Some specific messages that caught our eye: a conversation about the Eric Cantu case. The teen was shot in a McDonald's parking lot back in October 2022. Christian Henriksen, first assistant DA, reaching out, asking for advice on how to proceed on the shooting case. There was also a conversation between Jessica Brand with the Wren Collective and Gonzalez about talking points about the investigation into migrant flights orchestrated by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and also a conversation in which Gonzalez asked that future communications with the group now go to an email other than his work email. We want to know why, so we've requested those emails too.
All right, so KSAT 12 reached out to members of past district attorney administrations. They told us they did not work with outside strategic advisors while they were in office. It does not appear any taxpayer money has been used for this. In fact, a records request indicated there are no payments at all being made to the Wren Collective by the DA's office. We reached out to the Wren Collective as well, but we haven't heard back.
As we mentioned, there are still a lot of unanswered questions, and we know you care about learning more too. So this is a story that has been trending all night on our website, KSAT.com. There you can find a deeper look at the text conversations between the Wren Collective and the DA's office. And coming up in our next half-hour reaction from Danny Diaz, the president of the San Antonio Police Officers Association, and why he believes the DA should be removed from office.
On to other news this morning, an active Amber Alert that went out to phones across the state late yesterday afternoon. Have you seen this girl? She's 14-year-old Scarlett Smith, and she could be in danger. The Gonzales County Sheriff's Office looking for her, along with a man they've named as a suspect, 22-year-old Barry Van Meers-Bergen. Officers say he may go by the name Ben. They were last seen around 11 o'clock Monday night in Gonzales, which is between San Antonio and Houston. Suspect was also last seen driving a tan 2012 GMC Terrain. Texas license plate number is 3RVWG. If you know anything that could help officers find these two, please call the Gonzales County Sheriff's Office.
San Antonio police are looking for the driver in a deadly hit-and-run crash. Now, police say a man was hit while crossing Highway 90 near Loop 410 around 8:30 last night. Officers tell us that the suspect did not stop and may have been driving a white pickup truck. The victim has not been identified.
Before we go to break, now's the time to make sure you're registered to vote. While it is a presidential election year, there are several elections at the federal, state, and local levels, and the Texas primary in March will be here before we know it.
You have until next Monday, February 5th, to register to vote and to submit an address change for the midterm election. You can check your status or verify your information on the Texas Secretary of State's website. Early voting will begin towards the end of February, and Election Day is March 5th.
Just about 10 minutes past the hour, 45 degrees.
Still to come, San Antonio made history 75 years ago this morning. How the Alamo City dropped all the way down to 0 degrees on a record-setting day.
And there's not much more that could be stressful than car trouble on the road, but how do you stay safe from other drivers when you pull over? What experts are saying next.
Let's look out there with live cam. It feels like winter this morning at 45 degrees, but later on a little more like spring. We're going to be in the 70s today. We'll be right back.
Hey there, everyone. Meteorologist Justin Horn here. If you're digging through the weather logs like myself, you would find that today's date is a notable one. January 31st is an important date in San Antonio's weather history. Let's go back to 1949. Picture this. There's snow on the ground in San Antonio. Skies are clear and the morning temperature plummets all the way to 0. It's the coldest temperature San Antonio has ever seen. I can imagine fireplaces were lit up across the city. Because of San Antonio's latitudinal location, it's hard to get that cold here. Even in the big freeze of 2021, we didn't fall that far. For perspective, here's a look at the top 5 coldest temperatures San Antonio has seen since records have been kept. As with any major event, it takes the perfect confluence of factors to make extreme weather occur. In this case, a powerful Arctic front plunged through South Texas just days before. But even the coldest of air masses won't get us to 0 in South Texas. It took another component, snow. We actually got quite a bit of it. On January 30th, an overrunning pattern brought 4 inches of snow to San Antonio. And with that snow on the ground, it helped to make things a little bit colder. Snowpacks, just like up north, help to release heat and energy, especially on clear nights, back up into the atmosphere. That did it. The mercury dropped to 0, and it's a record that stands to this day. Amazingly, it was even colder in surrounding communities. It dropped to 7 below in Kerrville. Want to read more? Click on this QR code for my article titled "The Night That San Antonio Dropped Down to 0." For GMSA, I'm meteorologist Justin Horn.
It's now 6:15.
Let's check back with RJ Marquez.
All right, yeah, Justin does a great job there. He's a big history buff. Great job there by Justin. Very informational stuff. Want to take you outside TransGuide traffic cameras, and traffic moving pretty well through some parts of the city. I just saw a shot of I-10 at Frio. We do have some emergency lights there, so that's something we will continue to update, get some more information for you. So right now we're going to focus a little bit on the northeast side. We still have this stalled vehicle, I-35 at southbound at Eisenhower, and we also have a stall being reported 1604 at Judson, and a crash right here being reported at Thousand Oaks and Wetmore. We also have a stalled on the east side here. This is eastbound at Ackerman Road. So again, keep this in mind, northeast side, east side, and I'll check in just a little bit on that incident there on Frio. All right, so we are getting some new data, some interesting data. Of course, we see it on our highways every day, cars or trucks broken down on the side of the road. It can be dangerous, not only for drivers, but for people that provide roadside assistance. As we just saw earlier this morning, there was that 18-wheeler. So this new data is now showing just how dangerous this can actually be. A new study by the AAA Foundation found for traffic safety, shows that 123 tow truck drivers, mobile mechanics, emergency roadside technicians, and safety service patrols like KSAT hero workers were fatally struck on the job from 2015 to 2021. A majority of these crashes happened on highways where drivers were going over 55 miles per hour and relatively in good weather. Just look at some of that dash cam video there. 1/3 of these accidents actually happened during the day.
We really need motorists to slow down, move over. Even a few feet of spacing can mean the difference between life and death for some of these operators.
Yeah, you definitely want to give them as much room as possible. So another key part of the data is that in nearly 2/3 of these crashes, the vehicle that was involved had already started to depart their lane, meaning factors like distracted driving, fatigue, and impairment played a big part in this study. So very interesting study, you guys. We see a lot of times these tow truck workers out there, KSAT hero workers. I actually talked to a tow truck driver the other day, and they said that, yeah, it can be very dangerous out there, especially for those initial first responders responders that get out to the crashes and stalled vehicles. So
Well, if
just
you-
give them space.
Absolutely. I mean, if you even pull up for a second to check a tire or maybe your rock hit your windshield, you can feel those cars whizzing by. Very scary situation. I think about those hero truck drivers all the
Absolutely,
time.
yeah.
That's why when you think about it, we see this a lot of times in the morning. If there's an incident there and fire is dispatched to the scene, they take the huge fire truck and that's
Yes.
just blocking
Yeah.
everything
It helps.
back there. So yeah, you just got to be really careful. All right. You also got to be very careful around school buses. When those lights are flashing, you have to come to a stop. 42 degrees this morning. Got some of those high clouds out there. And then we gained 30 again, like the past couple of days. 25, 30 degrees. Huge warm up. Coat this morning. Don't need it by the afternoon. I'm going to call it mostly sunny. We'll still have some of those high clouds hanging around here over the course of the afternoon. But yeah, great way to finish up the month of January. Second wettest month of January on record, I should say, and we're almost about 4.8 inches above normal.
Wow.
Let's keep it going. We got some more rain coming in here by late Friday night. All right, I'm a sucker for the C5 pictures, and yeah, yesterday, look at those blue skies out there, what pilots like to call severe clear. Great looking day for flying. Thank you very much for the C5 picture, Yvonne. Appreciate that. All right, Mountain Cedar. Now, of course, it did get an early start. Remember, it just skyrocketed way back early on in the season. We've had a few of those days, and this is now the time when season usually draws to an end or starts to, not be as bad. But just the word to the wise, watch out for this weekend because it is going to be very windy this weekend, and that may be a good shake of those trees, both Saturday as well as Sunday. Here's a good look out there at the airport. Visibility is obviously fantastic. We do have some of those high clouds. You can sort of see it just kind of coming on in here on the satellite picture. Like I said, we'll keep a few of these high clouds kind of hanging around here. All right, let's jump ahead to Friday. We will see the humidity come back in here tomorrow during the day, and then especially Friday, keeping a lot of clouds around, a little bit of sunshine. This model, like I said earlier, I think kind of overdoes it as far as bringing rain in early. There's going to be that chance for a couple of showers late in the afternoon, but primarily going into the evening hours. And even a few thunderstorms thrown on in here, a couple of heavier downpours. This is going to work its way across the area as we go into the overnight hours, the wee hours of Saturday morning. Early on Saturday, right around sunrise. And then by the time we get into the Western Heritage Parade cattle drive starts, a lot of events are going on earlier. The actual cattle drive starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, but of course, like I said, there's the 5K run, everything else going on, so it may be damp, but a lot of the rain, it is looking encouraging that it's going to be moving on out by the time that all commences. Now, as far as the chance for anything strong to severe, this is Friday night. High winds and hail would be the biggest threat with this. So this is something we got to monitor tomorrow as time goes on, obviously on Friday as well, and some hefty downpours. So we may get a good half, 3/4 inch of rain very, very quickly with these storms as they move on through. So here's what it looks like over the next 7 days. 72 today. To close out January. We start off February, very warm around here. We get those chances of rain moving on in then late on Friday, late in the day, and then especially Friday night, overnight into Saturday. A couple of heavier downpours, maybe a stronger storm, some high winds around here. And after a wet morning, then things are going to clear out. Windy on Saturday and probably even windier on Sunday, but will still be somewhat on the mild side. Right around 70 on Saturday, 68 on Sunday. Slightly cooler to start off next week. So if we can get a little more rain, a little more going in the aquifer right there, just in time to get on here by the weekend, perfect.
That looks good. Just in time for Saturday morning.
Yep.
Thank you, Mike.
621, 44 degrees.
We'll be right back with your consumer headlines.
Struggling with the highs and lows of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms with Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
In your morning consumer headlines, TikTok is losing some of your favorite tunes. Songs are disappearing from the app after TikTok failed to reach a new licensing deal with Universal Music Group. Universal controls 1/3 of the world's music, including songs by Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, and The Weeknd.
YouTube TV has found a fix for a complaint from sports fans about the multi-view feature. So an update will allow the feed to be customized. Right now, users can only see predetermined groupings of games. The rollout is only available for NBA and college hoops.
And the latest update for Yelp has over 20 new features, including upgrades to the home feed and search visuals. Users will also see new AI features, including auto-generated business summaries. The update is available on Apple iOS. An Android version is on the way.
Time now 6:25 and 44 degrees for now.
We had one incident earlier, but right now the roads are looking pretty good. There's I-35 at Pine Street. RJ is at the controls right now, looking for an update. I got a thumbs up now, but we'll see if that changes as we approach the bottom of the hour with flares out at I-10 and Frio. We made it to midweek. Let's go outside with live cam. The sun just now beginning to start to show right now on the horizon, and it's been a beautiful starry night. Temperatures really dropped in the overnight hours.
Good morning. It is the last day of January 31st.
That's right. Thanks for starting your morning with us on this Wednesday morning. Mike is here. Mid-40s here in town. You've seen some 30s out in places like the Hill Country.
Yeah, nothing really too extreme this morning. I mean, low mid-40s, right where we should be, the average temperature this time of year. And as you were talking about the glow of the sunrise, and notice how you can sort of see a few of those high clouds out there once again this morning, like we had around here yesterday. They'll be sticking around for a while, and then we'll see a lot of sunshine later on today, and that's going to put us up into the low 70s. So once again, we are going to be gaining 25, 30 degrees across the board from the low to the high. 43 officially out there at the airport. Dew point stands at 37, so still relatively dry air, not bone dry, but dry enough to allow these temperatures to drop down to normal readings. A little bit of a breeze out there, so there's a hint of a wind chill in spots. And as you can see, here's the satellite picture, and you can see a few of those just kind of broken up, not a real thick layer or a real filled in layer of clouds out there, a couple of holes here and there. 36s out there in the Hill Country as you're heading out I-10, 43 at Randolph, Seguin, 45 New Braunfels right now. And again, a bit of a wind chill. 39 is what it actually feels like out there at the airport, and the wind chill is 33 right now in Hondo. Mountain Cedar is high. It came up from the previous day's reading. Mold also went up, but still on the low side. Mostly sunny today, low 70s. Again, 25, 30 degree rise in temperatures over the course of the day, in some cases even more than that. Then tomorrow, we will have a few more clouds. The humidity is going to begin to come back into the picture, and that's going to help out then with even more clouds on Friday. We'll have some rain developing late. Could be in the afternoon. Most of it's going to be, though, once we get into Friday night, overnight into Saturday. Some of those storms could produce some heavy downpours, and some could be on the strong, potentially severe side. Going to show you that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Then weekend, we'll have some leftover rain early on Saturday. Most of it's going to be out of here by just after sunrise, working its way off to the east. And we've got beautiful weekend in behind that. It's going to be windy both Saturday and Sunday. Plenty of sunshine, so good looking start to the month of February, including some rain. We'll talk about how much rain we might see coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority had some big problems out there earlier, still.
Yeah, Mike, downtown area right now. So you do see some flashing lights behind me. I-10 westbound at Frio. So this is basically going to be that exit. I know our banner's kind of blocking it, but that sign is for the Culebra Road exit. So we're going to get it right before this. It's being reported as a crash by TxDOT, single vehicle crash. And we've seen earlier we had the flares out there. And now we still have some emergency vehicles still in this area, causing a little bit of a delay here, especially if you're coming up from 35 to 10. Again, this is being reported westbound at Colorado Street, actually, so Frio Street being a little bit south. But if you are in the downtown area, keep in mind that you probably are going to run into a little bit of backup here in this area. We're going to take you to the east side right now and show you another area that's starting to build up in traffic, and this is going to be I-10 eastbound at Ackerman Road. A stalled vehicle there causing a little bit of delays, and it's right in that section there, 410 and I-10, so it's always a very busy area. A lot of construction taking place there as well. And we still have a stalled vehicle being reported southbound at Eisenhower Road, not causing any major delays at the moment. So biggest thing we're following north of downtown, westbound I-10 at Frio, Colorado Street. Keep this in mind if you're headed to downtown San Antonio right now. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. A local woman who was murdered in her apartment earlier this week died of a gunshot wound to the head. That is the latest information from the medical examiner's office.
Katrina Weber is live where we first broke the story Monday morning on Vance Jackson near Wurzbach Road. And
Katrina, you say you've also learned more about the man arrested in connection with her murder.
Well, that's right. He's 44-year-old Carlos Portillo, someone who I found has a criminal history dating back more than a decade. Now, many of those earlier charges had to do with drug possession. This time the charge is much more serious. It's murder. We have a copy of his latest mugshot that was taken hours after his arrest Monday morning. San Antonio police say they found Portillo in a bizarre state, agitated and covered in blood as he paced back and forth along the sidewalk. A call about that behavior is what brought them to the Oak Creek apartments around 7 Monday morning. Officers say when they asked Portillo whose blood was on him, he told them it was his wife's. They went into his apartment where they found the body of a woman now identified as 51-year-old Sheila Jo Portillo Hanks. The medical examiner's office did confirm she was shot in the head, and police say they also found a gun nearby, which they believe may be the murder weapon. Now, it seems that one family member has been left behind. If you look, there's a dog sitting right outside the door of the apartment where that murder happened. Some of the neighbors have told me that dog did belong to the couple, and they've been sort of looking after it, giving it food and water and even that blanket to sleep on. But this morning I did email Animal Care Services to let them know what's going on and see if they can perhaps take better care of the animal. Reporting live on the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. Now to the top story on KSAT.com right now. The Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez is responding to criticism against his office.
He's been accused of being soft on crime, and now there are questions about his office's relationship with a criminal reform group out of Austin.
I think the biggest misconception has to do with me, people's perception, and I'll tell you, part of it has been the disinformation out in the community. It's been perpetuated by the Officers Association and by other members in the community that I'm soft on crime because I have brought criminal justice reform to Bexar County.
During an interview last night during the 6 o'clock news, we asked about his office's relationship with a group called the Wren Collective and accusations of bias brought by the San Antonio Police Officers Association and its president, Danny Diaz.
Now, after that interview, Diaz told our Patty Santos that he believes the DA should be removed from office.
About it, if that's what this is. We have a rogue DA because his department can't make the decisions, and he's allowing this organization, or whatever the name of the group is, to have input on that.
San Antonio Police Officers Association President Danny Diaz not holding back, calling the influence of an outside criminal justice reform group over the Bexar County District Attorney's Office unethical. The story was first reported on KSAT Tuesday at 6 p.m.
The citizens of Bexar County and the city of San Antonio should be very upset that this is even happening. And here again, it goes back to fairness.
The police union has been critical of the district attorney's office over the release of repeat offenders, charges against officers, and a bias against SAPD in 2 recent mistrials. On Tuesday's KSAT Q&A, Joe Gonzalez addressed some of those concerns.
There's no bias against San Antonio police officers from what you have been able to find. I don't want to put those words in your mouth.
Absolutely not. Quite the opposite. He mentioned something about due process. That's exactly what this is. It gave him the due process to then come back to fight another day. So a denial of due process would have been my prosecutor sitting on this evidence and failing to disclose it and going forward with trial, which could have potentially ended up in a conviction.
Gonzalez says the friction began when his office created a civil rights division and a misconception created by the police union that he's soft on crime.
It's politics. They're playing politics because they want me out of the office because they don't like having the civil rights division. They don't like members of their departments to be held accountable.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
And many of you are commenting on this story right now on KSAT.com. One person said, quote, "Well done, KSAT. Please submit a request for his personal email. Any business conducted is subject to open records request, regardless of the purpose of the account. DA Joe Gonzalez should resign. He is highly ineffective at pursuing justice in our community, which he has proven over and over again." Well, we want you to know that KSAT has indeed filed a public records request for those emails.
As we mentioned, there's still a lot of unanswered questions, and we know you care about learning more, too. This is a story that's been trending all night on our website. There you can find a deeper look at the text conversations between the Wren Collective and our district attorney. It's all on KSAT.com. Look for these stories on our homepage. Before we go to break, there's an active Amber Alert that went out on phones across the state yesterday afternoon. Have you seen this girl? She's 14-year-old Scarlett Smith, and she could be in danger. The Gonzales County Sheriff's Office is looking for her right now, along with a man they've named as a suspect, 22-year-old Barry Van Meers Bergen. Officers say he may go by the name Ben. They were last seen around 11 o'clock Monday night over in Gonzales, which is between San Antonio and Houston. Suspect last seen driving a tan 2012 GMC Terrain, Texas license plate 3RVWG. If you know anything that can help officers find these two, call the Gonzales County Sheriff's Office.
Time now 6:39 and 43 degrees for now.
Tooth decay, one of the most common childhood diseases in the nation. Up next, how you can protect your child's teeth. Welcome back, 642. Listen up, parents. Tooth decay is one of the most common childhood diseases in the country.
According to the American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry, this can even affect their time at school and their overall health.
KSAT 12 producer Haley Powers explains what you can do to better protect your child's teeth.
Let's face it, going to the dentist is not something many people enjoy doing, but it's important to do so, especially for young children. The American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry says more than half of all elementary school students across our nation are getting cavities because of bad mouth hygiene and sugary treats. It also says 34 million school hours are lost each year due to dental problems. Here in Texas, half of the children in kindergarten have at least one cavity, and 1 in 5 have untreated cavities. The AAPD wants to fix that.
Our goal is prevention because we know if we get them started on the right foot, they are going to have a lifetime of being cavity-free.
Doctors at the AAPD recommend all children having their first dental visit by the age of 1 or whenever their first tooth comes in. From there on out, it's recommended your child go to the pediatric dentist at least twice a year, and for parents to help enforce proper mouth hygiene every day.
Brushing twice a day for 2 minutes is such an important thing, as well as flossing once a day, and then regular visits to your pediatric dentist so that if there is a problem, we can catch it when it's small.
Parents can do everything in their power to keep their kids healthy, but sometimes they need help. The AAPD Foundation focuses on getting optimal oral health care for all children. In the past 5 years, the foundation has given over $450,000 to organizations in San Antonio dedicated to making sure every child can have their teeth professionally inspected.
Our foundation is truly working towards that optimal oral health care for all children.
Haley Powers, KSAT 12 News.
Now 644, 43 degrees.
Let's check back with RJ Marcus. It looks like a traffic building on I-10.
Yeah, guys, interesting situation here. I just got on the phone with TransGuide, and I noticed that there was a pretty good slowdown here, I-10 westbound at Frio. So there was some construction overnight, and right now, just a little bit of information we're getting. We're being told that there's some sort of sheet or some sort of layering over I-10 at Frio that's causing some of this delay. You could see that drivers are slowing down, kind of, I don't even want to call it a speed bump. Again, it's just kind of this sheet that's been left behind because of the construction that we've seen there, I-10 westbound at Frio. But again, causing some delays there. Still trying to get some more information on exactly what exactly that is, something that I've never seen before. But again, just on the phone with TransGuide, they say that it does have to do with the construction that was taking place there at I-10 at Frio. So there also was that crash, I-10 at Colorado Street. That is cleared out. So that's kind of the biggest thing we're following right now. We do have a stalled vehicle still on the east side there at I-10 at Ackerman. This is going to be the eastbound lanes of Ackerman Road, right there where I-10 and 410 go ahead and meet up. But again, biggest thing we're following right now, no crash being reported here, but a pretty good slowdown there, I-10 west at Frio. Again, some overnight construction was taking place in this area, and it looks like there's some type of layering or some sort of sheet over I-10 right now that's causing some delays. Interesting scene out there.
Almost looks like, you know, those giant metal slabs they lay down to cover holes or things like that.
It likely is something like that, Mike. Yeah, something that they're waiting to get kind of settled, but obviously drivers are still taking their time getting over that particular spot of the I-10.
Yeah, big slowdown.
Yeah.
All right, yesterday, beautiful, beautiful day. We had a lot more clouds in the morning and then lots of sunshine with those high wispy clouds in the afternoon. Gorgeous day to take a walk. Yeah, just beautiful skies over Helotes. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. Love that. And speaking of beautiful skies, and again, this picture looks a lot like yesterday's. Here's all the kind of high level clouds out there. And if you can see that little tiny dot right above that banner up there, obviously we don't have complete cloud cover. That's the planet Venus showing on through. And we'll have a few more of these clouds this morning, a lot more sunshine with a few clouds left over later on today. And we warm up quickly throughout the morning. We'll gain 20 degrees, same temperature profile as yesterday, 20 degrees by noon, and then we'll top off at 72. The normal high temperature around the area is right around 65, so we're going to be 6-7 degrees above average around the area on average. And one thing, we've got low humidity. That's going to start to creep in here again tomorrow, and then on Friday, then that's going to be dropping down. This is when Friday late, when we see some of those storms that are going to be moving on in here, the next rain chance. And here's what, again, computer models are looking like, where we've got a lot of clouds around on Friday, and by late in the afternoon, this model wants to try and get some of that rain developing. There could be a few of the showers. It's a possibility, but I think we're really going to see the more substantial rain come on in here in the evening hours. Even a few thunderstorms, a couple of heavier downpours can't be ruled out with this. This will continue to work its way across the area in the overnight hours. Probably going to be a rough night Friday night, kind of a loud night. And notice how then the majority of the rain will be further off to the east and will continue to work its way out here. This is right around sunrise just before that on Saturday. Still some leftover rain, but that clears out of here fairly quickly in the morning hours on Saturday. Now, as those storms go through, not only some potentially heavy downpours, but also there's the severe threat. Storm Prediction Center already has a very small risk for storms with some high winds and maybe some small hail mixed in. And as far as what we could see rainfall, and I know this says the next 5 days, but it's just Friday night is when we'd be getting all of this, and we could see anywhere inch of rain here in town, lesser amounts in the hill country. And then there will be, again, those isolated, heavy downpours here and there, but this is kind of broad brush and then heavier rain further off to the east of us. We've got this ridge building right now, and that's why temperatures really warm up nicely in the afternoons, and we have dry air, so that's why it cools down so nicely in the mornings. More moisture comes on in here, as I was mentioning. Then we go into Friday and Friday night, and we'll get these disturbances sliding on in here. But that low coming on in is really going to kind of keep these upper level steering winds in a position to shove that on out of here. And so that's why we are going to be clearing out or getting the rain out of here early on in the day on Saturday. So today, 72 degrees, 70 then to start off the month of February and all the way in, well, pretty much all the way in through most all of the weekend. And we have those rain chances that come on in here later Friday, overnight, early Saturday, and then we clear on out. It's going to be windy Saturday, probably even windier on Sunday, and a little bit lower temperatures, but again, nothing really extreme. Yeah, we'll be 5 degrees above normal the next few days, but nothing too awfully extreme as far as temperatures.
You need to put a little graphic of a cowboy hat on Saturday morning.
Well, I was thinking about that. I was going to put the rodeo logo up there, and then I was thinking, well, do we save that for the actual start of the rodeo? I know
That's
this is
true.
rodeo event, if you will, but that starts next Thursday too.
Coming on quickly. Thank you, Mike.
10 till 44 degrees.
The ever-changing weather during the wintertime can make it hard for kids to get outside. So tomorrow on GMSA, how the sun plays an important role in your child's growth and what foods they can eat to get extra vitamin D during the cooler months.
And peeking outside with live cam, pretty sunrise out there on a Wednesday morning. You're watching Good Morning San Antonio.
Good Wednesday morning. Coming up here on GMA, the story that we're all following. President Biden says he has decided how he will retaliate for the drone strike that killed 3 U.S. service members in the Middle East. What officials are saying about that operation. And the tech executives are in the hot seat on Capitol Hill over child exploitation on their platforms. You're going to see that and so much more right here on GMA.
Coming up later today on GMSA at 9, it's a new edition of Science with Sarah.
Sarah Spivey and David Sears will be out at Olympia Elementary in Universal City. They're doing a volcano experiment with some third graders there, learning about changing landscapes.
My sister went to that school, so tune in for that and much more today on GMSA at 9. You still have some time to help save someone's life. KSAT community wants to get everyone involved during the final day of National Blood Donor Month.
If you want to schedule your first ever donation of this, or this is a thing that you regularly do, please visit donatebloodtoday.com to go ahead and schedule it.
We are fast approaching 5 minutes till 7 on your Wednesday morning.
Go ahead and check back with RJ.
All right, guys, biggest thing we're following right now, downtown area, I-10 westbound at Frio. Seeing some delays here because of some overnight construction. You can see some of these cars are slowly going over what appears to be some sort of layering or setting that they placed in overnight. Of course, TxDOT officials and crews have been working out there on the construction there, I-10 at Frio, for the past couple of nights. You can see there's this slowdown here as these vehicles slowly get over whatever sort of layering or setting that they put on the westbound lanes of I-10 at Frio. You see it is causing a little bit of delays in both directions here. Of course, eastbound, inbound traffic and also westbound traffic headed out of the downtown area. One other thing to let you know about, a stalled vehicle being reported still on the eastbound lanes of I-10 at Ackerman, still causing some delays there for our drivers on the east side of town. One more quick look here. Again, I-10 west at Frio, causing some delays there for our drivers in downtown. Mike.
Thank you very much, sir. Good looking sunrise on tap. Got some high clouds out there, and we'll keep a few of them around throughout the day. 43 degrees in town, 30s in the hill country. Right, what you would expect this time of year. And then it is going to be on the warm side. So we'll gain basically 30 degrees throughout the course of the day. A lot of sunshine out there. Again, a few of those high clouds. We'll have a couple of more clouds around tomorrow. Not as cool in the morning, not as cool Friday morning nor Saturday. And then Friday night, we're going to be on the lookout for some of those potentially strong storms, a couple of heavier downpours. That'll hit kind of hard and quick and into early Saturday morning and then clear out. It's going to turn windy Saturday, windy Sunday, but a good looking weekend. But we're going to have to watch out for that rain late Friday.
Well, watch out for it, but glad it's clearing out.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day. Good Morning America is next.